I want to
Thank
talk a
you.
little bit more. I don't think people really get what you do with business on a browser. How, it's not just the art of the possible, but it's really about making back offices better. So could you kind of tell me about that and talk a little bit about what you guys do with business on the browser? So I know it, but so other people can hear it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So really, and we did kind of go through that shift. So back office made better is really what we stand behind. Every business runs their business off of something. It could be paper and pencil from back in the old days. It could be Excel sheets. It could be a number of computer systems, whether they're cloud based or on-prem, and it's strung together in all of these various processes and connections and integration. So basically there's something that a business relies on to run their business. How do they bill their clients? How do they pay their people? How do they manage and track their expenses? How do they execute their marketing? Whatever it is, it's run on something. What we do is we streamline and enhance all of those back office processes. And we do that through technology. So technology has really come a long way over the past few years. And there's a ton of various options out there for these small businesses to leverage. We have a technology stack that we know that we work closely with. And what we do is we enter into a business, we learn how they are doing their processes, and we come up with solutions to automate, to streamline, to make more efficient those processes so that we're saving that business time and money. And how we kind of set ourselves apart is a lot of traditional consulting shops, they do the same thing. They get in there, they run your business, they recommend solutions. A lot of those firms, those companies, they have a standard tool set that they'll work with. Maybe it's Salesforce comes to mind, or Oracle or SAP comes to mind. We have systems, but we're a little more agnostic and we're a little more flexible with how we work with companies. So we have our zeros at our high level, and those are really the backbone of how we help these businesses. But you're not looking at paying these enterprise level costs to kind of run things. You're not looking at certain technology stacks that you have to use. So it's a little more of a fluid relationship when we talk about kind of how to streamline their back office. But yeah, in all, maybe that was a little bit of a rambling, but in all, we work with companies to understand how they run their business processes. And we take those business processes and we bring them to the cloud, we automate them, and we harden them so that a business owner does not have to worry about how their back office is being managed. And the other thing that we do, which is really important, is we empower these business owners to then take care of their systems going forward. So businesses are always changing, needs are always changing, their clients are changing, whatever. We want to make sure that they're empowered and the system changes with them. So instead of them having to replace their whole stack or change how they do their business, that should just grow naturally with that business. So we put a big emphasis on training and empowerment after we build these systems for these businesses.
Yeah, no, and it's so powerful. And then when you came together with us to say, hey, there's tax credits here. So, I mean, it's like Y2K all over again. So you need to, every 2 to 3 years, you need to update your systems. You need to go through. And now with the pandemic and COVID and all, especially if you're under $1 million in revenue, people, there's huge tax credits for big companies. People don't realize there's tax credits available for those companies under $1 million in revenue with under a certain level of employees. And to be able to go in there and then have them have state-of-the-art system. It's just so cool and fun to watch something just happen. Like it just appears. People are used to doing spending hours on something, and it's just like all of a sudden it just appears and it's done. Yeah. It's like it's on your calendar, everything's ready to go, and you're like, where did this come from? That's just so powerful and so exciting. And then to know that somebody else helped pay for it, that just makes it wonderful.
Right. So we had one client. We basically built a automated scheduling tool for them. And he calls me, he's like, hey, I noticed these appointments are hitting my calendar. Are you testing? I'm like, no, we ran a marketing campaign for you. We linked it to your calendar. Those are people that are actually booking appointments. So he's like, so all I do is just show up on the phone and talk to them. I'm like, that's it. Everything else is taken care of for you. Because we have the automated Facebook posts. We have the automated link to your calendar. We have the automated responses to that person to tell them how to prepare. You don't do anything but sit back and talk to people.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
cool.
so.
And I think real quick, what you said with the tax credit is really important. A lot of people don't realize even the simple tax credit thing. So ADA compliance is a big one. Making sure that your site is accessible for people of all needs and backgrounds. I like to tell people the story of how Beyonce, the famous singer, how she was sued because her website was not ADA compliant. So not only are you protecting yourself from expensive, rework or things that you have to do, but you're getting an incentivized tax credit on top of that. So it's actually a big swing to go from, hey, I got to pay money because I was not compliant, to I'm getting money from the government, which I can put right back into my business to streamline something, to get more sales, to get more meetings, whatever. So it's really important that, and that's why I love kind of working with you, because it's, knowledge is power, and we're educating people that these things are out there.
Oh yeah. The government again, the government wants small business to thrive, because how many Fortune 1000 companies is there ever going to be? 1,000. It's not a trick question. It doesn't matter how many employees they have. You're only going to get 1,000. You can get millions and millions, and they can only hire so many people, and there's only so much they can do. And as they go, but the world goes based on how the other 30, 40 million do. The 30 million becomes 60 million. That's what thrives, and that's what makes us thrive. So it is those business, and that's the person who's the same person who's coaching your little league team. I mean, they're your neighbors, they're your friends, and that's and that's the other reason why I'm so passionate about the small business owner, is because they build the community. Yeah. It's not the Walmarts of the world or whatever. They do things to look good in community, but they, like Amazon, half of the people want them in town, the other half fight to have them there. Yeah. But in the end, nobody's fighting to stop the individual who's out there doing the work, who's out there volunteering, who's doing it. And that, a lot of times those are the small business owners. Those are the people. They're your neighbors, and you're helping each other.
Yeah, and look at the headlines from the past couple months. The mass job exodus, people leaving their traditional 9-to-5s to rewrite how they work and rewrite what they do. And then to have people that are leaving these traditional companies to start their own businesses. And then you have companies out there like Etsy who have really taken off, and you see the personalization in products that people are after. So they're no longer after the, Tickle Me Elmo of Target that, every kid at Christmas gets the same gift. You're now having these more personalized gifts and these more personalized approaches to things. So all of those trends, I think we're just going to see more and more small businesses, more and more customizations, more and more personalizations, and Relaxed Teams is really, really built to kind of support all of that.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what's so critical, because again, as an accountant, I have people come in and it's great. It's like, hey, I left my corporate job and I'm going to go do this, and then it's like, okay, well, who does that? It's like, well, you do it. Who does that? Well, you do it. But I used to have someone do that. Oh, you do that. So when they wake up to the fact that there's nobody else to do it, and now to have people to support you, to help you, to share the education, and then to have an organization like yours who, John does that. Jonathan does that. Jonathan does that. Jonathan's team does that. So Jonathan will give you technology to do that.
Right, exactly.
And so you can continue to do what you do best, and not have to, make the profits yourself, and help you grow it. And that's, and then that's where the tax was what we focus on, retaining more of what you earn. We always talk about that. We help people to retain more of what they earn, so that they can pursue the passions that they love, so they can do the volunteer. It's not about, I don't care how you spend it, just don't waste it. Don't be spending it somewhere you don't need to be. And that's what's so exciting about with business on the browser and your platform. I mean, phone systems, chat, all these things. I mean, 10 years ago, what you can give to someone for a very small monthly fee would cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. And more importantly, as you get to the point where it would become virtual, people are like, just what you used to pay in rent. Yeah, it's just a small margin of that, and it's just so much more effective.
I'll take it even further. I'll tell you that based on your gas money that you use for your commute, we could turn that into a very working and sustainable solution for you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
it's attainable, it's achievable, it's personalized, and
Yeah,
you're saving money
I
elsewhere.
never even thought about that year, but that much. But I know about, what your rates are and those things, and we're talking Starbucks. You don't. You're working at home.
Yeah,
You're not driving to Starbucks. You're saving that
right,
Starbucks
exactly,
today,
exactly.
and you've already paid for your business,
Right. I mean, gas now is back up to its highest. Remember
right?
2 years ago when you had a gallon of gas, or what was it? A barrel was $-.
Right.
Now it's back up to like $80. I mean,
Exactly. Yep.
Plus, there's the whole environmental sustainability by not driving.
Oh, of course.
So there's that whole side of the argument. But no, you're right. I mean, it's and that's what I love about Business Owner Browser, and that's why I'm passionate about it, because we're not. I truly like to think that we're not in it, to make money. And I'm not putting down other companies or firms that traditionally look at things from like a bill rate perspective and things like that. We truly are there, help first, and we're all going to see the benefits. So let's help you. Let's solve a problem. Let's make your life better, and then we're all going to win.
Yep, and that's exactly what Teams is all about. I mean, I invite anyone to come out and check out our I like to call our beta team, Team Central Jersey, which you don't need to be from Central Jersey to join and experience it. It's every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and we keep it in an hour because your time is money and it is valuable, and your time and your resources matter. So we respect the time, and we make sure that everyone gets as most value as they can out of that 1 hour that they invest a week.